this meeting of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen in session for November the 5th, 2024. We have Pastor Jacob Schofield for the invocation. Everybody rise.
Let us pray. Our gracious Father, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Lord, for this community, its people, its leaders, and volunteers. Lord, tonight I'd like to ask for clarity, your guidance, and your wisdom, Lord, as decisions are made. Lord, I pray for humility, Lord, as we listen to others and their concerns. Lord, and I pray for courage as decisions are passed that are fair to others. Lord, I pray in your holy name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anthony, call the roll.
Alderman Anderson.
Here.
Alderman Crosland.
Present.
Alderman 3.
Here.
Alderman French.
Here.
Vice Mayor Messick.
Here.
Alderman Parsley.
All right. So, has everybody read or looked at the October 30th meeting minutes? And if so, I would entertain a motion. Pass it.
No.
Got a motion and a second anywhere?
A second.
We got a motion and a second.
It'd be easy to get on.
Call roll on that.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crosland.
Aye.
Alderman 3.
Aye.
Alderman French. Vice Mayor Messick. 5.
Do we have any correspondence?
No.
Are there any comments from citizens? Anywhere? All right. So let's go through the committee and commission reports. Start with safety.
Yeah, our next safety committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, December the 9th at 5 p.m. here in the boardroom. Also, Manchester Police Department is recently involved and assisted with several community events, including the One Day of Hope, Constant Hops Run, Safe on the Square, and First Responders Appreciation Day, which were all very successful events, and we had great turnouts and participants in each of those. We're currently preparing for the Veterans Day Parade ceremony on Saturday, November the 9th, and then we'll be preparing for the Christmas Parade on Saturday, November the 30th as well.
Good deal. Finance.
Last meeting was October the 15th. Most of that was discussed at our last board meeting. We did have some other things occur this last week. The 2024 audit was submitted. It was also signed off in the state system. The requisition is scheduled for the new accounting payroll technician position. If it's passed tonight at tonight's meeting, that requisition will go out tomorrow. And we've started the undertaking of rewriting monthly finance reports. The next finance committee meeting will be on the 19th at 4 p.m. right here.
Good deal. Street.
Yes, our next meeting will be here at City Hall, the 20th at 4 o'clock. We're still working on the striping of the square and around the schools. Still working on the sidewalk on Hills Jack. And we're preparing for the Veterans Day Parade also and the Christmas Parade.
All right. Water and sewer.
The Water and Sewer Commission meeting on November the 7th has been rescheduled for a special call meeting on November the 18th at 3 p.m. in the boardroom. J.R. Walford Consulting Engineers will be here tomorrow going through the wastewater treatment plants, help diagnose issues and look at future problem areas and how to fix it going forward. And they will also be here on November the 12th at 9 a.m. to do water system testing around the square and that old water treatment.
All right, sounds good. Recreation.
We started our Dusty Old Basketball League this past Saturday. It was the first set of games, went really well. We're now accepting registration for the Christmas parade on November the 20th. Our next recreation commission meeting will be here in the City Hall boardroom next Thursday at noon, and it is a special call meeting.
Tourism? Who does tourism? Apparently no one. Oh, that's- We're good, yeah, all right. Planning and zoning.
Our next meeting is Monday, November 18th, here in the boardroom at 5:30. That agenda will be posted this week. It's a short agenda, but nonetheless, we will still meet.
Information systems.
We'll be meeting November 18th. And we're still making progress on our live streaming and voting projects.
Historic zoning.
We'll actually meet this Thursday here in the boardroom at 5 o'clock. There are 2 items on the agenda.
Take off, let's go over the resolution and ordinance.
Resolution A, a resolution to approve cost-sharing agreement for the site development grant matching funds sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick.
Make a motion.
Got a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second, is there any discussion? What is this money for? This money goes to the Manchester Industrial Park. Jeff, back me up if I'm wrong, or help me out here, but it's gonna build a water tower for one thing. It's gonna help, we're gonna put some new sewer pipe in between here and there too also, right? We're paying $188,000 to get a $5 million grant. And the industrial board for the county's pitching in $75,000. Did I miss anything?
If you want an update, I can kind of give you where we are as of today, if that's helpful.
Sure, if you want to. Yeah.
So we asked for the full 5 million because that was the max number that we could ask for. We worked with Scott St. John's office, and Adam has helped us figure out, and Jeffrey, exactly what we could do with that money. Yesterday we got some feedback that we've made it to round 2. But they've asked that we cut the water part because, you know, they have 12 million to give out and 45 million in requests. So they've asked us to kind of cut the water part and focus more on the sewer. They said we could still ask for the pump, but we may or may not get it. So we'll go on December 10th and we will present and ask for all of that infrastructure to be done, to have in place, so that when someone does land, all we have to do at that point is drop the pump, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Okay. So the original numbers that are on the resolution were the IDB, that's just what we have in our grant fund that we could possibly come up with to give. And then the rest we were asking the City of Manchester to cover because it will improve your system and help our park. It kind of balanced out to roughly 30-70, like a 30% for the IDB, 70% for the City of Manchester is what we're asking for. I think with our updates, Adam, where are we at, like 1.8 maybe?
1.8 to 2.
1.8 to 2, so the numbers would be closer to like 70,000 and 30,000. Then I know they look higher on your paper, but that's what it was when we asked, and we just got this in today. So we've kind of met over it today, and it says up to, because we don't have those exact numbers, and I don't know exactly what day we will have those exact numbers until the grant is awarded. But it can't possibly be more than that, but I think Adam and I have discussed it, and we think we're looking at more like 30,000 and 70,000, roughly.
It's a percentage, right?
Yeah, it would be a percentage.
The more we get, the more we give.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with the CarMax locating out there?
This doesn't have anything to do with
Have we run
CarMax.
them off?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I think the last I talked to my contact with CarMax, they are very patiently awaiting approval for their tap, and I think that,
Well,
you
I
know,
hope they've got a lot of patience.
they do, and and I'm super appreciative of that. That's one reason we locate industries we
Point of
do.
order. Why? Point of order, that has nothing to do with this resolution.
So, is there anything else from anybody?
What did he say?
I'm asking for a point of order.
I think it's what he means when he wants to call a vote. So, is there anything else from anybody? Anthony?
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crossen.
Aye.
Alderman Three.
I'm gonna abstain from this vote. I don't wanna be a part of some backroom deal.
Alderman French.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick.
Aye.
For the record, 4 in favor, 1 abstention.
So it passes.
It does.
All right.
Resolution B, to authorize a joint venture participation in the TCRS, which stands for Tennessee Consolidated Retirement System, in accordance with TCA 8, chapters 34 through 37, sponsored by Vice Mayor Messick.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
I hear a motion, and a second. Any discussion?
Can you describe what this is for? Alderman Massey?
This is for Duck River Utility District employees to be put on the Tennessee Consolidated Retirement System. Cost the city absolutely nothing.
It's for Duck River employees?
Duck River Utility Commission, which is owned jointly by the Manchester and Telhome.
I understand that.
So Telhome's already went through their process and okayed it on their side. So they're asking us to okay it so they can be put on retirement, the Tennessee retirement system. It's just a paperwork. House nothing. Anything else? All right.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crossen.
Aye.
Alderman Three.
Aye.
Alderman French.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick.
Aye.
For the record, 5-0.
C, a resolution authorizing a contract to purchase and install a 115-500 ton train chiller, which is a replacement for what's there, and 2 water pumps at a total cost of $395,916 for the rec center, sponsored by Alderman Anderson.
I'd like to make a motion that we postpone this.
All right, we got a motion to postpone. Have a second?
I'll second.
So we got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
What's the reason for postponing it?
From my understanding, the resolution says that this is obligating budget dollars from 25, 26. That is not something that you can legally do in fiscal year 24, 25.
AJ, is that correct? Is it from 25, 26, or it's from the amount that we have set aside for capital improvements?
It is for 25, 26. We talked with it in the finance committee, and from my understanding, it was favorable to do. When we place the order for the chiller, it takes approximately 8 months for the unit to be built and installed. So if it passes tonight, then that'll put us in line with it being installed in July, September of next year.
Attorney Johnson, is this legal or it's not legal?
Well, it really depends on what the comptroller's office says. I think it's been done both ways in the past, but I recommended that we put subject to it being appropriated in the 2025-26 budget. They needed to purchase it or place an order, but there is some word from MTAS that you really need to have the money set aside before you obligate yourself to contract it. So I think amongst Anthony or Mr. Burrows and myself, we had talked about the possibility of looking into it a little further, getting a solid answer from the comptroller's office and MTAS.
I think a solid answer would be helpful, but what's the situation with the current chiller, AJ?
Quite honestly, it's on its last go-around. Constantly trips off, even during cold weather months, when hit hot weather months, it's a constant battle to keep it running. Train itself has diagnosed it and said that the coils need to be replaced or the total unit repair or replace itself. Being the age of the unit, Train recommends replacing the unit.
So I don't think anybody up here doesn't want to replace the unit. I think we just want to make sure we get everything right. If it goes back to the finance committee, it's straightened out, and it comes before the board on the 19th. You're losing 14 days, a week.
We have a finance committee meeting on the 19th, so I think we need to have our ducks in a row at that meeting. I agree that this is something that needs to be done, but I think dotting i's and crossing t's at this point is a very good idea.
All right, any more discussion? Motion to postpone.
Alderman Anderson,
No.
Alderman Crosland,
Aye.
Alderman Three, Alderman French,
No.
Vice Mayor Massey. Three against.
So it fails. So, is everybody hear that motion?
I'll make a motion. We approve it.
Do I hear a second? Any discussion?
We'll be voting against this because the rules are applicable no matter the situation. And if this fails, then it will hopefully go back to the finance committee, and I'll be happy to bring it back forward since I'm going to have a negative vote on this. But I'll be happy to sponsor it if it goes back to finance and comes back with a shored up recommendation. The rules always apply, not just when it's convenient for you.
Well, I'm glad we developed sudden interest in roads. That's awesome.
We have any more discussion that's pertinent to this?
Yeah, I'll be voting no also, but with the caveat that I think it's a very good project. I just think we need to, I challenge the room to be ready on the 19th to put this to work. That shouldn't kill the timeline.
Attorney Johnson, is there a way to add a clause or something to this that would say contingent upon the approval of the comptroller's office or something that would make people feel more comfortable with it? I'm not telling anybody how to vote, I'm just saying if there's a way.
It would be a motion to amend. You would have to obviously make your motion, and the wording that you want to add to it, get a second, and vote on that amendment before it would then come back for a vote.
Okay, well, I would like to make a motion to amend it and add a clause that says contingent upon approval from the comptroller's office.
Well, there's also an issue about where we're purchasing it from. Okay? We're not sure. In fact, we're pretty sure we're not part of the cooperative that you want to buy that from now. It's in this motion. So without that, you'll have to have a fee.
It's my understanding we are part of the cooperative.
I'm told we're not, so we've got two different.
I think we have been in the past, there's just not a current contract with them. So the question then becomes is, can you enter into a contract with another entity without approval of the board? This is not, the contract doesn't obligate the city to any money. I think it's been done in the past. So state law and our city ordinance allow us to purchase things through government cooperative association. And basically, state law sets that up so that you get the purchasing power of a large organization and you don't have to put things to bid. It's not the normal cooperative that we use. I mean, another way we do this is through the state purchasing contract, right? This is obviously an enormous thing that has to be special ordered, so not all cooperative purchasing authorities do it.
I still think it's best to go back, but that's just my thought.
Currently, you've got a motion to amend on the floor.
Do I got a second?
Second.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crossman.
No.
Alderman 3.
Aye.
Alderman French. Vice Mayor Messick.
Okay, so we're not amending it, so what are we doing now? Just voting on the same, as it's written? As it's written? Okay.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Cross.
No.
Alderman 3.
Aye.
Alderman French.
No.
Vice Mayor Messick.
No. Motion fails. Do we have any old business? Do we have any new business?
Is the vice mayor's slot still open, I assume?
I would not be in a position to answer that.
So
It is for tonight.
it is open for the rest of the year. Currently, the vice mayor that was appointed last year is filling.
Well, I make a motion to nominate Alderman Parsley as vice mayor.
And you're making that under new business.
Right.
New business or old business?
Well, either one.
So we've got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
So now do we have any discussion? Call roll.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crossman.
No.
Alderman 3.
Aye.
Alderman French.
No.
Vice Mayor Messick.
No.
Fails. 2-4, please.
The motion fails. All right, under new business, we have a couple of job descriptions. One of them's for accounting technician. Anthony, you probably tell us more about that than. Payroll.
Yes. It's payroll position that we've had. It's just being expanded. It's actually an expanded, it just simply includes more accounting duties. Since that office used to be a combined office that had HR duties, but now HR has been split out into its own separate department with the hiring of an HR manager. So it's still the accounting payroll technician, but again with expanded accounting duties in the department. We're just backfilling the current position basically with an expanded role.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion, there's a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call roll.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crosland.
Aye.
Alderman 3.
Aye.
Alderman French.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Messick. For the record, 5-0.
Passed. Stormwater, we're doing the same thing. Stormwater program coordinator. Are you in charge of that?
So this is a new position created within the codes department. The city of Manchester has an MS4 permit for the state. And the newest permit has some significant changes in relation to post-construction water quality requirements that will require a lot more diligent inspections and upkeep of sites. So this position was implemented into my budget and approved in the budget. So I'm hoping that you all approve the job description so I can get somebody in place and we can improve our stormwater program.
Motion.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Call.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Crosland.
Aye.
Alderman 3. Alderman French. Vice Mayor Messick.
Aye.
For the record, passes 5-0.
All right, we have any items from the board, mayor and alderman? Julie?
No.
Thomas?
No, sir.
Dave, this lady that stood up back here and talked about CarMax, who is she?
Would you like to introduce yourself?
and
Sure.
what-
I'm Annie Jose Majors. I'm the Executive Director for the Industrial Board of Coffee County.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Brian, you got anything?
No, sir.
Hear a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Second.
Let's go.